Today on CCX News, cold closures. Osseo area schools was one of many districts across the region that closed due to the cold temperatures on Tuesday. Educators weren't the only ones who had the day off in the district. Reporter Emily Haugen explains how those cold temps also affect bus drivers like those at First Student in Brooklyn Park.
We just follow it as it comes.
When temperatures dip below 10 degrees, Jason Halverson at First Student knows just who to call.
We'll put together our bus starters. We have a group of them that sign up, and they're awesome in getting here on a real early morning basis, and they get the buses started for us.
Some days, getting all the buses started for their 118 routes is more of a challenge, especially days like Tuesday when the metro faced an extreme cold warning.
I think the biggest challenge we'll run into is if we don't properly shut them down. They can sometimes get some moisture in the exhaust.
District 279 called off the school day for those cold temps. That gave Halverson's drivers the day off too.
At the end of the day, we want to be as mindful of the weather as possible.
Osseo area schools weren't able to talk on camera today, but a spokesperson for the district said in an email that a couple things helped the district decide to close the school for the day, including taking conference calls with the National Weather Service, hitting the pavement to experience road conditions in the early morning, and talking with bus companies like First Student.
Overall, student safety is obviously our number one concern, and it's certainly theirs as well. So working together to make sure that decision is made the right way makes it a lot easier when everybody's involved.
In Brooklyn Park, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
The temperature on Tuesday may have been too extreme for local school districts, but hardcore golf enthusiasts would not be deterred.
I think it speaks a lot about Minnesotans in general, right? Like just a very unique, wonderful group of people who are willing to brave the cold no matter what.
The bays at Topgolf in Brooklyn Center Tuesday afternoon were packed with people launching golf balls toward the snow-covered targets. The temperature was in the low single digits, but the venue has several heat lamps in each bay that help add an extra 20 degrees of warmth to the gameplay experience. And as any true Minnesotan can attest, cold weather isn't that bad if you dress appropriately.
I have like 4 different layers, pants, socks, shirts, so yeah, it's not too bad.
Topgolf usually opens at 9 a.m., but the venue opened 2 hours later than normal on Tuesday due to the wind chill advisory. Staff members encourage people to check out the Topgolf website or app for the most up-to-date information on what time they open during cold weather. New federal tariffs on goods from China, Mexico, and Canada could mean local manufacturing companies have to raise their prices.
But I think most expect there's going to be an impact, right? It's going to have a short-term effect at the very least that'll cause prices to increase, that'll cause some hesitation in purchasing.
The Minnesota Precision Manufacturing Association is based in Brooklyn Park. CEO Steve Kalina says that international and domestic steel prices are expected to rise. That means some manufacturers will have to raise prices for consumers. He also told CCX that the rapid changes in Washington have led to a lot of uncertainty.
There's this constant unknown right now of just what decisions do you make? Do you keep spinning up a facility? Do you keep purchasing? Do you shift gears? Do you wait for the dust to settle? So just a lot of unknown for a little while here.
New tariffs on Canadian and Mexican goods are expected to go into effect in March. Tariffs on Chinese goods went into effect in early February. A new partnership aims to get people to think about taking a bus for their next long-distance trip. Megabus, one of the largest bus companies in North America, recently entered into a partnership with the bus operator Jefferson Lines, which picks up passengers at the Maple Grove Transit Station. With this partnership, customers can now book trips through the Megabus website and go directly from Maple Grove to more than 24 cities in Minnesota, North Dakota, and Montana.
Sometimes the hardest part is just figuring out where can I go, from where do I even start? So if we can help bring customers onto our partners' buses through partnerships like this, we're really excited. And it's something we've seen great success all over the rest of the U.S. and Canada over the last few years as we've made this a bigger part of our business.
To look at a schedule of all the different cities people can travel to from Maple Grove, we have a link at ccxmedia.org. In honor of Black History Month, there's an opportunity to hear from 3 leaders who have made history themselves in the West Metro. Golden Valley Mayor Rosalind Harmon, the city's first black mayor, Golden Valley Police Chief Virgil Green, the city's first black police chief, and St. Louis Park Mayor Nadia Mohammed, the nation's first Somali American to be elected mayor, will take part in a panel discussion Wednesday night in Golden Valley. Rose McGee, a trailblazer herself as founder of Sweet Potato Comfort Pie, will be the guest moderator. The event takes place at the Golden Valley Historical Society starting at 7 p.m. It is free and open to the public. Finally, this segment, it was so cold today, we have proof that even the snowman was shivering. Check out this snow sculpture in Maple Grove. It's designed by Elton Kiaprasith, a student at the University of Minnesota. He calls it Shivering Snowman. Elton just started competing in snow sculpting contests. He says it took him a day to pile up the snow, then a few hours to do the sculpting. So how did he do it? Elton says he used cardboard to create the frame, then used his hands and his dad's ice scraper to create the sculpture. We'll have more details on Elton's creation on our website, ccxmedia.org.
Hopkins gymnastics team defeated Wayzata when the two met in a dual meet back in December. And they battled it out Saturday with a section title on the line.
Wayzata and Hopkins both ranked in the top 10 in Class AA, the favorites to go 1-2 in the Section 6 AA meet. Trojans up first on the vault. McKenna Cohen lands with a score of 9.0, best for the team in the event. Hopkins had 3 gymnasts score in the 9s. Leah Jennings was the first, and Nia Simone Brett here earns a 9.55 to win the vault title. Ava Brasum, the Royals' lone senior, also scored well in the vault. She gets a mark of 9.475. Hopkins opens up an early lead. Wayzata makes up some ground, though, on the uneven bars. Ava Johnson swings her way to a score of 9.275 to win. The Trojans and Royals are very close halfway through the meet. Hopkins widens its lead with 4 good balance beam routines, including this one from Jennings. Her score of 9.375, best on the team, and one of 3 Hopkins scores with at least 9.2 in the event. Wayzata was very good on the floor exercise with their all-senior lineup. Kylie Ufile scores a 9.15, second to Ava Johnson's 9.2. But Hopkins is just a little bit better this day. Britt closes the meet with a beautiful floor routine that scores a 9.45. Hopkins is the best of 8 teams. Wayzata is second, just over a point behind, as the Royals team advances on to state for the 3rd year in a row. The state Class AA team meet is Friday at 6 p.m. at Roy Wilkins Auditorium. Both Wayzata and Hopkins will send girls to the state individual meet Saturday at 6 p.m., also at Roy Wilkins.
Park Center High School hosted the Section 5 3A team wrestling tournament Friday. The Pirates reached the semifinals and met another local team there. Jay Wilcox has more.
Second seed Wayzata meeting third seed Park Center in the Section 5 3A wrestling team semifinals. A good start for Wayzata. At 107 pounds, Peter Schutz gets around for a takedown. Schutz beats Owen Yang by technical fall. Park Center gets on the board at 127 as Zay Bang puts Zeke Rodriguez on his back and goes on to get the fall. The Pirates also win the next match to pull within 14-9. But Wayzata wins the next 3 in a crucial stretch. Thomas Williams gets the pin in the 145-pound match over Blake Beaver. Another pin at 152 makes it 31-9 Trojans. Park Center storms back, though. At 189, Samuka Kana gets the headlock on Cale Lembeck and beats the second period buzzer to get the 3rd of 3 straight pins for the Pirates. They're within 31-27. But Wayzata closes with 2 pins. The throw by Aiden Fartachek puts Delvin Bliddy on his back. Bartachek eventually gets the fall as Wayzata wins 41-26. They lost 61-6 to St. Michael Albertville in the final. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Edina girls hockey has dominated Section 6AA since coming into the section a decade ago. Benilde St. Margaret's was hoping to change that when they met the Hornets in the 6AA final. Chaz Moots has more.
When they faced off in the regular season back on January 25th, Benilde St. Margaret's and Edina skated to a scoreless tie. In the 6AA final, it was the Hornets that struck first. On the power play, Audrey Davis shot on net. Lorelai Nelson quick on the rebound and in. Edina took a 1-0 lead after one. Second period, Whitney Horton sends the puck in the crease. Ellie Hancock with a nice stop for the Red Knights to keep it a one-score game. Edina got on a power play later in the second, though, and just 14 seconds into the player advantage, it's Horton with a snipe. The Hornets add some insurance and go up 2-0. In the third period, Edina on a rush. Kate McCoy dished to Davis. Edina in control with a goal each period, up 3-0. The Red Knights did not get shut out, though. With under a minute to play, Ella Pasqua finally gets BSM on the board, but it was too little, too late. Edina wins it 3-1 and takes home their 10th straight 6AA title. In Minneapolis, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.